Hey,
Yeah.
congratulations, Coach. This morning in your acceptance speech, you kind of made it clear how the honor couldn't have been possible without your players and your assistant coaches. I'm just wondering, have you had a moment to reflect on this incredible honor and what it means to you personally? I mean, considering the journey all the way back to South Providence days to now.
Haven't had a chance to reflect. We've had a busy day, and what it did allow me to do was just appreciate the moment and really appreciate a special team that we coached this year and the special staff that we have with, Brian, Ivan, Jeff, Bob and Kevin. It's been an incredible day and just something to feel really, really proud and honored and, very honored to represent our state on this stage. It's been something special.
I'm sure it's been a whirlwind since you accepted the award. Can you give us a little look into what it's been like since the brunch this morning?
Well, you have some media responsibilities you had to do. I appreciate the recognition from, your counterparts and your colleagues. Really haven't had a chance to embrace it. It was a great event. The Naismith group did a really good job with the Player of the Year, Defensive Player of the Year. To have Bob Driscoll here in his retirement year, to have Father Sicard here and some of our staff members. It just was a memorable, unforgettable moment for me.
Hey, Ed, you've had other National Coach of the Year awards, I think the Sporting News and whatnot. Why is this one a little different? Is it because it's on that Final Four, weekend stage?
Well, for us, this is the Heisman Trophy Award for college coaching. And, this with the AP are probably the two more recognizable ones. And the other ones are great. I'm very honored to be in conversation with those. But to have it here at the Final Four, to be with, people that you compete against and to be voted in that esteemed company that have, through the years, other coaches that have won, I always go back and reflect where it came from. And, I couldn't be in this position if it wasn't for Coach Skinner bringing me to the University of Rhode Island in 1996-97 season. Again, Kevin, just an incredible moment that I'm very grateful for.
Hey, Ed, congratulations, first off.
Thank you.
Secondly, what does this say to maybe like a message to young kids from maybe Rhode Island, from Providence, that, you were a kid from South Providence that made it to the highest level, and now to be at the pinnacle of college sports? What is your message to the youth?
Well, not just for our city and state, it's for everybody, whether you're male or female. Number one, opportunity knocks. You have to dream big. You have to put yourself out there to try to fail. You have to be incredibly lucky, and you need a support group. You have to be willing to ask for help. To be here, again, it's a pinch yourself moment, and you think of the journey. And I think you never arrive. You still want to stay hungry. You still want to be humble. You still want to be appreciative. And gratitude and appreciation should be the start of your day. Those are the things that I think we all should aspire to be, but never content, and always aspiring to be better. And I think if our young men and women, older men or women that are tuning into this, anything's possible. It's a lot of belief and a lot of trust in yourself.
Thanks, Ed.
Thank you.
Ed, good afternoon. Congratulations again.
Thank you.
Just wanted to ask, I know in your acceptance speech, you mentioned that you're in the same room with Jim Nantz and Grant Hill and, Bob Huggins and a few other folks there. I wonder if you've come to grips with the fact that there might have been some folks in that room looking and saying, I'm in the same room with Ed Cooley. That's pretty cool.
I don't know how many people would say that, but I appreciate you saying that. Again, it's just a moment to appreciate your team, because it's a team award. It's a staff award. And to be recognized and to have your coaches recognize the special team you had and the special staff you had, it is a surreal moment and a great moment to be proud. Really, really good moment to be proud of the college. And if there were people happy to be in a room with me, good for them, but I don't view myself that way. I'm just always trying to get better and continue to move the needle forward for Providence College in our men's basketball program.
I guess just more seriously, it is a very select group of men who have won this. I wonder just, assuming a place beside them, what that means to you in terms of career accomplishment.
Well, our goal is to compete for championships. Our goal is to try to get to the highest level you possibly can in the profession. It's great to be recognized, but along the way, I think you got to appreciate the journey of not just winning the award, of how you got there, and the obstacles you had to overcome, and the tough seasons that you had, and even the good seasons that you have. But to be recognized for such an award that have other outstanding coaches, Hall of Fame coaches, hopefully there's more to come for us as a program. And it's just an honor. And, it's one of those bucket list items.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Coach, congratulations on this award. Really a culmination of the special season that you guys had. Sorry, I don't have my camera on. Really just a culmination of the special season that you had. I wonder, when you look back on this season, what will you most remember it by?
I think it's a great question. I will remember this season on the journey where we started in June and July, bringing in different pieces, different ingredients to make the food taste better, if that makes any sense. It was to see how much work the staff put in, how much time we put into individual development, how much time we put into team synergy and chemistry, how much we talked about not being afraid and challenging ourselves every day, coming to practice with a common goal. I'll remember this team for how connected they were. I'll remember this team for how much fun we had in the locker room, in the games, on the plane, on the train. There's a lot that I'll remember about this group, because it's not a close second team that I've coached that compared to the chemistry and the tight group that we had with this year's team. They've earned everything that's coming their way.
Hey, Ed, congratulations.
Thank you.
What did it mean to have Naismith there? You mentioned her as part of your acceptance speech, as a part of the dreamer aspect of it. Just having someone like that there, so important in you, to share this moment with you.
Well, number one, wish my children were here as well. And again, I remember this from Mr. C, right? He says, when everybody goes away, you're home. When the games are not there, when the applause is not there, or the people disappointed not there, you have your spouse, you have your children. The fact that Naismith was here, and, her being a fellow Rhode Islander, former police officer, someone who knows the city and streets of Providence, and knows how much my dream was to be a coach. I just appreciate the ups and downs and how she's been able to help me get me to this point, because not a lot of people look into who your spouse is or your partner is. They look into what you're doing versus what you, the family, have done. So I think it's an honor for my children, and it's an honor for Naismith. And I really appreciate you asking how she felt about this.
And we're kind of using this as a season wrap-up kind of moment. How much you've already kind of looked ahead to next year a little bit, or if you're still kind of trying to come down a little bit from this past season, what a great year it was.
As much as you try to appreciate, the moment and try to relish in that, we started thinking of next year right after the final horn went off against Kansas. We know we're losing some extremely talented seniors. We know we have some people coming back. We have some freshmen coming in, but I still think we need to add a few more pieces to keep us competitive and to keep us trying to move Providence College in the right direction.
And how much you've already explored the portal, how much, you've maybe reached out to people in the portal already.
Our staff has done a great job trying to identify players that are in the portal, people that, there's still some really talented freshmen out there that may have an opportunity to be recruited. People may open up their recruitment because of coaching changes. And that's where our staff has done a great job of keeping their hand on the pulse of the recruiting. So we've been actively recruiting since, that last horn, and we'll continue to do so until we fill out the roster.
With Jeter and Castro, how much were you improved with their growth over the course of the year? Obviously, tough spot them coming in, not playing, but they had a chance to learn. And how much did you notice how much they learned and improved, just practicing against the guys that they did every day?
Well, I thought Castro's growth was very, very important to where we're trying to go with the future with him. Legend was hurt basically the whole year, so he's still an ongoing situation. But again, they had an opportunity to see what it is on a daily basis, to be consistent, to be everyday practice players, and to be everyday people. So, we got to see what they can do in the game. But overall, we just got to see how it's going to work out, because we don't know until the bright lights come on.
And with Reeves and Minai, have you even had those conversations yet? And is it more you need to know sooner rather than later because of maybe needs that you want to get through the portal?
We'll have some open, honest conversations, when we get back from New Orleans, to try to see, if these guys want to return or if they want to continue to move on. So, I'll let you know when I know.
Thank you, Ed.
Thank you, Brandon. Appreciate it.
Hey, Ed, congratulations.
Hey, how you doing? Moore, your name came up today at an event I was at by one of the speakers. So good for you.
Thank you. Have you seen some of the benefits so far? It's only been a couple weeks since you guys last played. This award you win today, have you started to see that sort of pay off for your program, whether it be the recruiting trail or just visibility as you're at these events, these national events?
I think the visibility definitely helps. We'll see how it carries over in recruitment, but I think it's paid off. I think it's paid off just with the excitement around our college. Our college, our students, our fan base. I think everybody's eager to see, where we can bring this a year from now, which is obviously going to be very hard to repeat. Yet at the same time, opportunity knocks, and we're going to have a chance. But we'll see how it pays off as we get into this recruitment and as we begin to continue to build our program.
And last one from me, just in terms of the Big East, you talk about so much how that prepares you for March and that prepares you for the success that you guys had this year. With the recent hires, Thad going back to a place he's been, and Sean to a place he's been, and Shaheen to a place he's been as well as a player. Do you think that gives the league, I guess, a little bit more, when coaches are familiar with places they're at, especially, you coaching in your hometown?
Well, I'm excited about the changes. I'm sad about the losses. Great job at Butler's, Travis at Xavier. And obviously, Kevin thought he needed a assistant, worked right down the street from the school. But it also goes to show you the continuity of Villanova, of Providence, of Creighton, because I think we're the last three remaining coaches that, since the alignment of the program, of the new Big East. So it's a credit to our schools to have consistency and continuity. I'm excited about what they'll bring to the league, but at the same time, I got to worry about Providence College and let them worry about their programs.
It only makes the league get tougher, I would imagine, for everybody.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you got to figure Thad, very established coach. Sean Miller, extremely established coach. And, Shaheen did something no other coach in the history of the tournament has been able to do with a 15 seed. So I think we all have our big test ahead of us, but it's a great opportunity for us to continue to build the Big East Conference.
Any other questions for Coach?
I will say this before I go. I want to thank you all this year for the coverage you gave us, for everything from, the ride that we had. And I look forward to us continuing to try to do something next year. But I just wanted to say thank you to you all for really giving our players and our program the exposure that it deserves. So a sincere thank you to all of you.